Alright, this is the Aussie Traveller anti-flap kit, which is really the only thing on the market which is going to help with this wind flapping on the awning. There isn't much else, nothing that I'm aware of that will do the same job. With these things, they're cam lock handles. Sometimes over a period of time, especially if you're camping near the beach, you'll get a bit of salt and so forth on them. They'll get a little bit difficult to open and close here. Just rub a bit of soap on that handle and they'll work like a treat for the next month. If it's dry soap, it won't attract the sand and dust and so forth. So what this thing does, it's a clamp. It opens up there and it grabs hold of the edge of that awning. What it also does is it has sail track in here, and that'll form the fixing point for your annex wall. If you've got an annex, you will get these things. The annex wall will slide into this sail track here on the van, slide into this sail track here, and that will form that weatherproof connection to the roof and the weatherproof connection down to the wall. There's a thumb screw in the middle here where it slides in and out. Keep that done up. Open up both ends of it. So both of these clamping systems here are open. And then there's a clip on the side of the caravan, which this thing, this metal wiggly plate here, clips into there. There. Twist it a little bit. Just twist it sideways a little bit until that clamping arm goes over the top of the awning. And it sits in, so the awning's now sitting inside that. Undo that thumb screw, there's the awning just there. It'll just sit on top of that bar because these things are above it. And then undo that thumb screw and slide it into the hole which is already drilled in your roller. The rollers don't come with those holes in it. It's part of this, the fitting of this system. So if you get these things fitted before you pick up the caravan, or if you're going to buy these things afterwards, you buy a second-hand caravan that doesn't have them, you're going to have to drill these holes yourself, and you're going to have to put those brackets on yourself as well. So then what we do is, this is now in the locked position. Now the thing, these things are done up, and so what we'll do is we'll push these apart, just lightly, undo that thumb thing up. So that's now quite solid in there. It's not going to move anywhere. I pull the awning down a little bit to behind there, and then just do up these clamps. That's it. If you're short, you're going to have to get a ladder or a step chair. If you're not short, you'll probably might be able to reach them without. And that's it. That's done up now, and that's all you have to do with that arm. It's finished, and then you'll need some rafters. There's another video on our site in relation to rafters, what sort of rafters you should be getting and what you should be looking for and what purpose they perform. And once you've got your rafters, they clip into the same bracket system on the side of the van. Same thing, so slide out, slide into the hole that's already there, push them apart a little bit and do them up. Now that's lifted that awning up probably 4 or 5 inches. So we've got 2 on ours. We've got a 20-foot van, so we've got 2 bars on ours. 16-foot van, you could probably get away with 1. I'd still put 2 on it. And anything more than 20, probably 21 foot, you'd be looking at 3 bars. Push them apart a little bit, do the thumb screw up, and now that's not going to move. It's nice and tight. And now we haven't put the Aussie Traveller anti-flap bar on the other end of the thing because the demonstration's the same. If we put it on, it's exactly the same as that one, except the other way around. And that's a lot tauter. That's how much movement I now have in the van, in the awning. So when the wind grabs hold of that awning, it's going to move about an inch and a half. Without these bars in here, it's going to probably move about 5 or 6 inches. And if it gets enough of a bellow in there, it will start ripping bars off and smashing itself to death. So once these things are in, it takes all of about probably, once you've got the bars out of wherever you're storing them, maybe, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes to get this system on, and it's worth it every single time. If you're going to roll this awning out, other than for some shade this afternoon, before you roll it back in and go back to bed, if you're going to leave it out overnight or you're going to stay somewhere for a week, put these bars on. I cannot stress that strongly enough. Don't roll this awning out and leave it out if you're not going to put this stuff on, because sooner or later this awning is going to get ripped off your van. Winds come through very, very quickly and they do horrendous damage. The other thing we we do with, and you'll see in the caravan parks, people do is they'll put ropes around the barrel and they'll pull the ropes down, tent ropes with a spring on them. You'll see them in every caravan park. Some people put them out, they'll put one out that way and then one out that way, and they'll roll it around this barrel here to stop this barrel from lifting, stop the wind from lifting this barrel up. If you're going to put those ropes on, don't put them out there, put them down here, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to stop this barrel from lifting. The further out here you go, the less force you've got of pulling that thing down. So you want it to come down, you don't need it to come down vertical, but you don't need it to come out any further than about here. When we put them on our van, if we use our sun wall that goes on here, the sun wall comes out on a very slight angle and those ropes come down on exactly the same angle. They don't need to go 5 feet out there, and you don't need to have one going out that way either. It's not wrong, but you just don't need it. Once you've set this thing up, pull this strap over here. What I do is wrap it around here twice, around the handle, and then wrap it around that bar. And that's the way I've been doing it for 15 years, 20 years. And so when the wind springs up and I need to get this thing in a hurry, that is exactly the way I've done it for the last 20 years. I know how it comes out and I know how to unfold it, and I'll get that thing off quick smart. I know these things, I practice with these things. We've put them on 1,000 times, we've put those bars on 1,000 times, and we've also packed this thing up and set it up 1,000 times. The more times you do it, the more favourable it will be when it's windy and you need to get it in quickly. So what we'll do now is I'll pack it up. I won't roll through. These things just undo, the clamps just undo. The awning rafters go on exactly the same way, come off, sorry, exactly the same way that they come on. So what I'll do is I'll fold up this, the annex, or the awning as fast as I'll fold it up quickly to give you an idea of the speed at which you should get used to doing it in, because when that wind comes and you need to get it in, you want to get it in as fast and as confidently as you can.